And welcome to a special Elimination Chamber edition of Wednesday Night is Overbooked. I am your host, the Joker's Voice, here with my co-pilot, my partner, Mr. LeftEyeEgo. Ego, how are you, sir?
Doing good. Actually got Shiro to sit down and watch the entire Elimination Chamber, so I'll be giving you guys some of Shiro's picks going in and what she thought of the matches. Otherwise, I'm ready to go.
All righty. And we do have some folks in the chat already. We have our wrench of wrenches, Mr. Jacob Ironside, already in there. And we have Mr. Eric says you are all cursed for having to endure that segment. I would say we might agree. Before we get into the actual stuff, just let you know we have a goal for every live stream. We got a few folks watching right now. Get your friends on in here because we want to get to double-digit likes. We had a double digits at the end of last week's show. Last Wednesday Nights Overbooked. We would like to continue that trend. So please get your friends over, like and subscribe. That costs you nothing. And also down in the description is the links to all of our YouTube channels, all of our socials, which we would like all of your likes, all of your subscribes, all of your eyes watching our content. So if you don't mind, folks,
I say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
And thank you, Harley. So going into Elimination Chamber this year, it's a tough act to follow based on the show last year. Last year was one of the best premium live events that the WWE did all year. I'd say this fell a little short. Overall, it was a decent show, but like I said, it's a tough act to follow. Ego, your thoughts?
It was very hard act to follow. I mean, women's match was fantastic. I was kind of looking for that same type of entertainment going in. Kind of fell short of that. I mean, kind of a lot of them fell short of that. But it was, again, tough act to follow, so you can only do the best with what you have on the road to WrestleMania. So, I mean, it kind of is what it was, but I mean, it still was something to get us to WrestleMania. So there's that,
It kind of puts some more things into place as far as matches go, so we know who's going to be facing who. Another thing I want to talk about, again, one of the links down below in the description is to the absolutely fabulous Joker Voice merch store. And as we said on Wednesday, starting Wednesday through April 19th, the last night of WrestleMania, we are raising funds for the Starting Foundation of America. And the feature item we have is the Joshi Love t-shirt. This is something, as I am quite the fan of the Joshis here. And we have, this is the Wednesday Nights Overbooked logo on the front here, which all this artwork here is done by our wrench of wrenches, who's in the chat, Mr. Jacob Ironside. And on the back, you get this lovely piece of original artwork here. And that is the Joshis of the WWE, Kairi Sane, Asuka, Julia, and Io Sky. Again, and this goes for all items in the Joker Voice merch store. We have coffee mugs. We have the original Joker Voice t-shirts, the Wednesday Nights Overbooked t-shirts, of course, the Joshi Love, and Joker Voice mouse pads. How cool is that?
Nice.
So, again, all of that is available at Joker Voice merch store. The link is down below in the description. Grab yourself some cool stuff and give to a good cause. And why are we not back again? The same thing happened last week. I have no idea. Try this again, Ego. Well, work your man. There we go. Okay. I don't know how that worked. But okay. So going into this event, 24 hours ago, we had Friday Night SmackDown. Now, the show started off with a hot angle where one of the participants for the men's elimination chamber, Mr. Jey Uso, was attacked in the back, had to be taken out on an ambulance, and poor Ego was left head in his hands, weeping, crying.
Oh, you poor baby.
You know what? I'm just gonna give myself this right now.
Fatality.
Might as well just mark that down now.
Mark that one down for March. Fine. You get it early. You want that for February? You want that for March?
March.
Fine.
March.
Give me that for March. Fine. Fatality. Writing it down.
So,
Go on.
Mr. Duke Hill 95. Hello, Brad. Oh no, Jay. Oh my. Hold on. We are starting up again. Here's just
Fatality.
He's
Hi,
not
there,
even
Brad.
here.
So, yeah.
And he's getting
Not even here. This is trash. I hate this.
Oh, this is wonderful. And then so we had a match. We had a match that night. Logan Paul versus Jacob Fatu for the final spot. Jacob Fatu was poised to win, except for interference from Drew McIntyre, which gave Logan Paul the win. And had taking Jey Uso's spot, which played out almost exactly like I thought would happen. So that was that. And we will get to that as well. As also there was the women's tag team title match. Rhea and Io versus Lash Legend and Nia Jax. I said, hey, JoJo. Hi, JoJo. Oh, you've already missed two. You've already missed two. You've already missed 2 hits on Ego already. So you're kind of late. You gotta catch up, girl. So we had, and I said that whatever the outcome of that match is going to really determine who's going to win the chamber. I said if Rhea and Io retain the titles, that Tiffany Stratton was going to win the elimination chamber match. I said if Rhea and Io lose the titles, Rhea is going to win the chamber match. So we're going to start this off going right into the elimination chamber. Now we had, again, this show kicked off the event last year, and it started off with a very hot angle. It was the return of Jade, and she attacked Naomi. Hot angle to start the show off. Best Jade has ever looked in the ring, period.
Yeah.
And so we don't have this angle to play. So it started off with Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James. Kiana James is the unknown in this match. So having her start doing her full entrance kind of deadened the crowd just a bit. But then the crowd picked back up for Tiffany. And I would say for the first 5 minutes, it was kind of a slow start. That's just what my thought. Your thought of Tiffany and Miss James just to start the match off with.
Kind of slow. I mean, it's the one thing that we kind of miss when we talk. We know how great Bianca Belair and Io are, but one of the things that we technically miss in matches like this is being able to command the ring and put everyone in spots and set them up for great spots. And when you don't have either one of those, it kind of takes a while to set up. So, I mean, I get you want to start Kiana James because she's the unknown, and Tiffany Stratton was like, okay, well, how is this going to go? It took too long for them to develop. It took the entire 5 minutes before the next person got called in for things to actually start. So, I mean, it was a hard go, the first 5 minutes.
By the way, loved Tiffany's gear. I love that. That was hot. It was hot.
Yes, it just gave me Halloween Havoc vibes, and I get it. It's just
I'm fine with it.
I'm just like,
So then Asuka came in next, and they kind of had which is kind of a elimination chamber trope. You get the fight in a phone booth where someone gets put in the pod and they just start banging them all around, that's fun to watch. That's great. And then you had Tiffany try to do her tumbling back elbow outside the ring. Asuka gets out of the way and she just goes hard right into Raquel's pod. Next come in was Alexa Bliss. Now Alexa Bliss, when she came in, she had that dark Alexa stare again. And I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? And then goes right back into the Alexa that we all know, which Alexa's great. I mean, she won the first women's chamber match back in 2018. Okay, the match is starting to get some intensity going. Then we had Rhea was next in, and then Raquel Rodriguez was the last person in. Match didn't really start picking up. Rhea came in, then Raquel came in. You had the two power girls coming in, and bodies start to fly.
Mm-hmm.
But right before Raquel came in last, Asuka gives Alexa the mist.
Yeah.
And then Kiana James rolls her up. The first pin, Alexa Bliss is out. And there are some folks whose dark horse picks, they're like, all right.
I'm done.
They're already done. Then, and then another part of the chamber is the running through a pod, which we had Raquel Rodriguez pick up Kiana James and power slam her through the wall of a pod. She wasn't done because she followed that up with a Tejana bomb on Asuka, covers them both for a double pin.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I'm like, okay, that's a nice way to save time for this match because you just took out a third of the match already. Right after that, so now we're down to Rhea, Raquel, and Tiffany. Tiffany hit a beautiful double
That's nice
cutter off the ropes. Really nice. Then came one of the bigger spots. They're kind of all up in one corner. Rhea climbs up to one at the top of one of the pods, does a cannonball onto Raquel. Tiffany goes and hits the prettiest moonsault ever. The Raquel gets out. Tiffany got booed because Raquel was quite over.
Yeah.
In this match.
Yes.
Was quite over in this match.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, Shira, when she was watching, she was mad that Raquel lost. She was like, "You pinned two people. That's a lot of power. She should win." She's like, "The power you just showed us is like, I thought you were gonna be like the person that's gonna run through the competition. Why did she lose?" Like, even like it turned her completely off when Raquel got pinned. She's like, this is predictable. I don't like this.
Because there's one power you cannot overcome, and that is star power. And at some point with Tiffany and Rhea, Tiffany must have taken a shot or something because she started to bleed from her nose.
Yeah.
And this was not just a trickle. She was bleeding from her nose.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. So I think they kind of rushed to the end as Tiffany's going up for another prettiest moonsault. Rhea shoves her up against the pod, picks her up into the Riptide. And as I said, Rhea picks up the win and is going to face Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. As predictable as this is, this was the right call because you need to sell tickets for this match and a match with Jade Cargill, who's a boring champion because she doesn't wrestle.
She's not.
Her promos suck. You need something to sell this match. And who is the biggest star you have on the table right now? It's Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
This was the only outcome that was possible. You can hate it all. You can hate it all you want.
I'm hating it all I want.
But
I'm not gonna lie. I'm hating all I want, guys.
Ego, please.
I am
please.
the hate all you want.
Explain.
I'm the hate all you want. I would have Tiffany Stratton. Okay, it would have been a rematch, well-deserved rematch, because the last person you fought that was worth their salt and had any kind of star power was the person that beat you 100 days ago that has only defended it once in 100 days. So it's a well-rounded rematch if that's the way you want to go. Raquel Rodriguez has been wrestling like a big for the last 10 months and is pretty over at this point. Honestly, I could care less about Alexa Bliss getting over, or I don't even know who Kiana James is. Rhea Ripley is too boring for me, but she's going to sell tickets, I guess. But as far as if I want to see a new champion and make the match worth watching, it would have been Raquel Rodriguez or Tiffany Stratton at least. Like I don't like this. I know that Rhea Ripley is going to be hard to go against when she inevitably wins at WrestleMania. It'll be a WrestleMania moment, but like, we really got to take the belt. It's more of like, we need to get the belt off Jade and on somebody that no one's going to hate. So,
and it
is what it is.
There is that. And again, this is not a knock against Raquel. She has greatly improved in the last year. Greatly improved. But she's a personality void. I mean, outside of hanging around Liv, what is she? Am I wrong?
No, I'm just, I mean, it's for another day, but it's just, I think that she wound up being in the wrong faction to me.
Well, that's the only faction she could get into and get over with because of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's a star. Raquel is not a star. She is improving, and she's becoming a much more over talent in the ring. Yes, I've never been a big fan of the Raquel. I think her skill set is rather. She moves kind of awkwardly. There are times when she moves like a baby giraffe. That's all I'm saying. And I'm
fine.
Okay. Next, we had for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, big time, Becky Lynch versus her adopted home, Chicago, AJ Lee. And I noticed something, and I'm like, okay, this is going to pay off at some point. The referee for the match was Jessica Carr. Jessica Carr has been involved in pretty much every Becky Lynch match, especially the ones she's lost for the last year. She was the one who counted Becky out against Maxine. She was the one who DQ'd Becky against Maxine. She's the one who counted the 3 count against Maxine. She was the one who who called the tap out at WrestlePalooza and War Games. So, storyline brewing somewhere, because she is also Jessica Carr is also an indie wrestler as well. She's on Evolve. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So AJ gets the big pop. Anything that you saw in this match that stood out to you?
I mean, I guess it's only the second time I've seen her wrestle, so it's pretty good. I mean,
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee, yes. Oh, yeah, it's only my second time seeing her wrestle. It was a decent match. I mean, when I talked to Shira, she was like, "This is actually a little bit more entertaining than the women's Elimination Chamber." It was a pretty good match. And again, adopted home. That I had picked AJ Lee to actually win this one.
Likewise.
I would be a Chicago sweep. So, but it was actually good. It was faithful to the fans, and the fake swerve to actual ending was actually pretty good. It was weirdly like, oh no, I expect this to happen, and it kind of did. It was just they swerved away from that then pivoted back. So it was kind of good. Right. I like that. So
right, and then there was the point in the match where you had the ref bump, so the referee's out, and AJ locked in her hold, and Becky's tapping, but there's no ref to call it. Becky brings in a chair, hits a DDT on the chair, hits the manhandle slam, and you're thinking, no, not like this. AJ kicks out. The minute AJ kicked out, I'm like, okay, the title's going to change hands. It's going to happen. Slaps in the black, the widow. Becky taps out, and just like I said, on the road to Mania, AJ Lee is the new IC champ. They're going to run this back at the Mania as a Mania match. Do not be surprised if at least a third name gets added in. Say, I don't know, Roxanne Perez. Just saying.
Okay.
Then came the hometown boy, CM Punk, for defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. Entrances, I love the fact that Finn is back to his NXT theme. Love that theme. And then CM Punk comes out, and they start with if you were watching the NBA in the 90s, you know this entrance in Chicago, the United Center, that Bulls era, and the Bulls era theme. I got goosebumps. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And the same announcer was doing the whole thing. Ego. Please elaborate on that.
First of all, I lived 2 hours south of Chicago in the 90s. And so this is reminiscent. I had watched WGN all the time. So whenever Bulls games came on, I remember this distinctly. I even had the Michael Jordan landline telephone that when the phone rang, it actually was a basketball that opened up and it would do the announcement for Michael Jordan every time it rang. All right. Even
from North Carolina, at guard, from 6'6", number 23, Michael Jordan.
Oh, goosebumps. I mean, even with me having hearing loss, when I heard that, dun, 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 I was like, oh. My wife was like, what? She was like, what? I said, oh, that's the Bulls thing. That's the Bulls thing. She's like, but there are no Bulls there. I said, honey, you have to understand. Like, she's like, oh, okay, she got it. And I was like, that was perfect. That is fan service, knowing your history, knowing the building you're in.
Knowing your crowd, too. Knowing your crowd.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful, man. That was awesome. That was well done. Well done.
So the match itself, okay, I'd say this was the worst match on the show.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Kind of slow.
Yeah.
Very much a deliberate pace. We had I would think my favorite moment was when Finn was trying to go. He hits his sling blade, hits the shotgun drop kick, goes up for a coup de grace. Punk catches him and moves it into a sharpshooter.
That was nice.
That looked nice.
That was nice.
The ending kind of surprised me. I'm like, okay, because I'm expecting Dom or JD to come in, shenanigans going to ensue. None of that. This was a clean win.
Yeah.
Afterward, you had Finn and Punk shake hands. Okay. Show of respect. This is beginning to the face turn of Finn and his time with the judge. His days in the Judgment Day are definitely numbered.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And I'm just looking over right now, folks. I'm seeing, at least on my end, we're at 7 likes. 7. So if you haven't brought your friends in yet to come watch the show and add a like maybe your wife, I don't know, maybe, I'm just saying.
See what I can do.
Have them come on in, take a look down in the description as they're hitting that thumbs up. Check out all the links to all of our socials and all of our YouTube channels. I'm like 23 subs away from 800 subs, folks. That would be awesome. Ego's knocking on the door of like 400-ish.
Yes, close.
So we would like to get to the milestones. So if you don't mind, folks,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
then we come to the box. The box, which we've been going from Raw to SmackDowns, back to Raw, back to the United Center, and this has been a tease that you need to tune in to see what's in the box. The worst possible thing was in the box, as Ego did not know who this was. We got Danhausen. For those of you who know, you know. But Ego, I want to know your initial reaction to seeing Danhausen, and you are all cursed.
I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. I'm gonna show you guys who his entrance remind me of when I saw it. It's the weirdest thing. But remember Ed Grimley?
Yes.
Adventures of Ed Grimley was more. That's what it was like, the vampire version when he would do like his vampire thing. It was very Ed Grimley-esque to me. I was like, what? I thought it was like an ode to Ed Grimley when I saw it, like him as a vampire. But I did not get it. It felt like a waste of time. Like, here we are trying to postulate and theorize, and then out jumps this guy. I had no idea what was happening. Go ahead.
My gut reaction was,
Oh, goody.
that was me. And apparently the Chicago crowd's reaction was,
Seriously, no one cares.
because they booed. They booed.
They should have. Yes. Anybody. Could have been anybody. Of all things, why that guy? Why?
That brought us to the main event to determine who will face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. It is the men's elimination chamber. The first entrant into the chamber itself, Trick Williams, to get into his pod. Oh, Ego, please go up. Please, this is your new guy, so let's hear it.
Whoop that trick. Oh yeah, even my wife was doing the chant. She was falling asleep when she said it, but she was at least doing okay, and it counts. It counts over here. It counts. It counts. But again, it was. I tried to.
That is so cute.
She was like, "Why are the entrances so long?" I'm like, "Hey, they have to make 4 matches span the time frame
to spend 3 hours."
Yeah, you got to make sure 3 hours last, so all of the entrances are going to be long. So she was just like, "Wake me up when the match starts." That's all. She said the minute she saw Randy, and she's like, "Oh, he's still wrestling. Oh, he's gonna win," and then went back to sleep. So
That's funny. Trick is incredibly over, and I've heard rumors that WWE wants to pivot on his character already and make him turn face. No. If you do that now, it's going to feel so forced, inorganic. Let the boy cook.
Yes,
he is incredibly over as a heel. Everyone knows he is a heel. They don't care. They're going to cheer for him. He's going to sell merch. Let him just keep going. Don't mess with a good thing. Just saying. So again, yes, the entrances were quite long. Now, I know you were also a fan of the young OG Javon Evans, and he and Cody started the match, and it had a rapid pace. It had a breakneck pace to get that started. And I think that's kind of what they wanted to do, because the more that match gets full, there's less room for Javon to do stuff with.
Yeah. I think they ran at one point. They ran out. They're like, "Hey, just stay up there and then do something after a while." Remember, just once they got out there, I was like, "Oh, they're parking him until things can kind of settle down. There's a little more space for him to move." So I understood. I understood the match. I understood that.
Now this kind of started. You had Javon, Logan, LA Knight. They're on top of one of the pods. Javon and LA Knight throw Logan off the pod into a cross, which Logan turned into a cross body on Cody and Trick. And then what does LA Knight do to thank Javon for helping him? Gives him a blunt force trauma right on top of the pod. What a dick. What a dick. That's just mean. And then Javon hits a frog splash onto Trick, where as he's popping up, Logan Paul catches him, goes for a pulverizer, didn't quite get all of it.
Yeah.
Landed a little awkward, but rolls up Javon, gets the pin. Javon is out. I never expected Javon to last long in this match.
Not even sure to say that.
And then, at some point, you got to feel for LA Knight, because he goes for his jump up to the top rope and drop the elbow. He does it, LA Knight, and slips. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh gosh. It's just, the guy seems to be just like snake bit. I mean, he was supposed to do something in Money in the Bank last year, and he kind of screwed that up. So these moments that he gets when it's going to really push him, I feel sorry for I kind of feel sorry for him at this point.
Hey man, your best bet is to do shit on the ground now. No turnbuckle stuff for you, bro.
Right. And then he he does the standing elbow, gets hit with a low blow from Logan Paul, which is legal in a chamber match. He gets rolled up. LA Knight is out. So Logan Paul has already eliminated 2 folks already. We then had Cody Rhodes hits a crossroads on Trick. Logan just shoves him right out of the way and steals the pin on Trick. So Logan has now eliminated 3. He's eliminated half the chamber by himself. Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
Fatality.
Wow. JoJo. That was awesome. But you're not wrong.
Not at all.
So then you're down to, and I knew why that they were going to do that and I knew why they were going to do that pivot with Jey Uso, because Bronson Reed was supposed to be in the match. They wanted someone from the Vision in this match, because they were going to play an angle going into Mania, and this was the only way that they could do it and have it make sense.
Right.
And plus, I mean, do we really need Jey Uso in a match ever again?
I make this mark under duress.
Not duress.
Mm.
So we had a masked man. Now, there was a masked man last night on SmackDown. It was like, who is this guy? This guy's a nobody, because the internet sleuths found out it was a student at Seth Rollins' wrestling school in Davenport, Iowa, which is kind of close to Illinois-ish. It's in this general area, I guess. So then there was another masked man who they pull the mask off him. It's a nobody. So they're taking him to the back. And I'm like, that's a decoy. That's a decoy. Because in comes the real masked man. Hits a stomp on to Logan Paul. And it's revealed, surprising to nobody, is Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Which, again, this is going to play an angle going into Mania. I don't know what. I don't know who. I don't know how.
How, yeah.
It's all going to depend on if Braun is healthy with his from his hernia surgery. I don't know. But Cody then covers Logan. Logan is eliminated. Then and now the door to the chamber is still open, and who should show up but Drew McIntyre? Hits Cody in the back of the head with the idol. He's beating Cody up in the corner. Randy just kind of walks over. RKO drops him. Cody was like, okay, we're going to work together to get rid of Drew. Dumb babyface syndrome. Hits the crossroads. Pops up. RKO. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton wins the elimination chamber and is headed to WrestleMania. Your thought on the finish, sir?
That was good. I'm glad. I was hoping for something different. Not that I don't want to see Cody at WrestleMania again. It's just I'd rather someone else challenge for the title at this point. I get that Cody and Drew have had a feud, and it would have made sense if Cody did win, but I'm more excited to see Randy. It's going to be fun for me to see how this one turns out. Maybe Drew retained. There's going to be some interference, but
Spoiler alert. Fatal 4-way.
Yeah, I figured.
Fatal 4-way because Drew has screwed over Cody and he screwed over Jacob.
Fair point.
This is going to be a fatal 4-way for the WWE Championship, which would probably make Matt mad because that's the top title in the company. But that was on a previous episode of Wednesday Night's Overbooked, which you can go, which you should go check all of those. So that was the Elimination Chamber from Chicago, Illinois. We now have the top title matches already set. It is going to be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, which there was a nice little moment after Punk wins. AJ comes out, she has her belt. A nice little husband-wife thing, the crowd like that. So we have for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is going to be Roman Reigns challenging CM Punk. For the Women's World Championship, Liv Morgan will be challenging Stephanie Devacare. For the WWE Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley will be challenging Jade Cargill. And for the WWE Championship, more than likely in a fatal four-way, Drew McIntyre will be defending against Randy Orton, Jacob Fatu, and Cody Rhodes. Also, do not be surprised if we get, which we will get, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, and most likely a third for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, this will all be going into Monday Night on Raw, where they'll be having more angles. Oh, and then Seth Rollins with the Vision, some point in Seth Rollins. That's going to be a Mania match.
Oh, yeah, for someone
as well. So that is a quick little recap and review. That do we like to give to you guys just a quick gut reaction of our thoughts of the show. There's not much going on until Mania. I think there may be in NXT. Actually, NXT is this year is not the same. The weekend their Stand and Deliver show is not the same weekend as the Mania, and we'll talk about that on Wednesday as well. So we may have something for you and an extra show somewhere along the way. But in the meantime, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, thank you so much for always being here for these shows. What do you have coming up, sir?
This week I'll be working on getting set for my guest for Left Eye at Night, which will be next Monday, March 9th at about 6 p.m. Central. So special guests, look out for the announcement this week.
All righty. And for myself, we may be dropping some shorts on this, maybe tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled. But I will be back with more wrestling news, more commentary, and definitely back next week for another edition of Wednesday Night is Overbooked, episode 99. We have not quite decided yet what we're going to do for our 100th. So who knows? We're tossing a few ideas around. Also, check out the merch link down below in the description. Grab yourself some Joker Voice or Wednesday Night's Overbooked merch. Again, you're giving to a good cause as well. But as far as everyone here at Wednesday Night's Overbooked, I would like to say thank you for stopping by. On behalf of everyone, keep talking, keep smiling, keep having fun. Until next time, toodles! Always, always take care.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.